love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
At their own 21-yard line.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Second and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Going for it all. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again is Jackson. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Now he stepped around one man, but he'll only wind up getting about 1 yard. Second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The run only got 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion gets him just 1 yard. And it'll be 4th down. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Harris, touchdown, Baltimore. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
Quick strikeout wide by Jackson. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Forced out to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
This is something that we've seen from Lamar Jackson since back in his Louisville days. He can be so dangerous with the RPO.
Yeah, and whoever designed the RPOs, it's almost like they had a guy like Lamar Jackson in mind because of his ability to do everything. He can tuck it and throw it. He can tuck it and run it. He can hand it off inside when he gets the right read. Bottom line is most teams want him to hand it off because when he takes off and goes, he can break down a defense.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw here.
He will find his man Chase complete.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 2nd and 8. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll look to throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as he'll be marked out a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. Powers through him. 51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They hand this off to Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard them.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Oswell good with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's got his big tight end here. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
61 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
He's checking. Check 13. Check 13. Steamroller, baby.
They run again with Harris. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now back to throw.
Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This is Harris. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Flush to his right.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 32 yards. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Here's a diving catch right side.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Extra point up and through. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Second and 8 coming up.
Here's another carry for Harris. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. They're going to look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run with Harris.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Check it back, check it back.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Single, 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 single. I got 11, I got 11. It's our time. It's our time.
Looking to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Jackson.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Rolling to his left. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football, but this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker. Just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Now Jackson.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. 2nd and 2.
That's complete to Chase. Oh, and that a very short gain. They do get a first, but short pickups, not what they're looking for.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Mike 17. Here we go. Mike.
And they will take a knee here. A big